Sheryl Swoopes, this is kind of what you get for kind of not jumping on the tide, jumping on the rope, jumping on the boat. You were supposed to go and elevate with this whole situation. Your broadcasting career, everything, Sheryl. Your podcasting, whatever you do, you're supposed to be elevating. But instead, you decided to show hate, very clear hate towards Caitlin.
Did you truly believe you could misrepresent Caitlin Clark for an entire year and still maintain your broadcasting role? That question never needed to be asked in Sheryl Swoopes' case, because the outcome is now clear. She has been officially removed from all WNBA broadcasts for the 2025 season.
Got fired, but it looked like you got fired, bro. It looked like she got fired. I just gotta keep it real. It looked like she got fired.
This dismissal isn't about a single poor opinion or isolated mistake. It stems from a sustained pattern of criticism aimed at the WNBA's rising star. And now the league has decided to take action. Wondering what really happened behind the scenes? In this video, we'll explore the full story, how she's responding to the backlash, and what led to the loss of her broadcasting role. Let's dive in.
I won't be missing you broadcasting the games, because when you broadcasted the games, it was so hard for you to mention Caitlin Clark. How are you up there talking about, you kept mentioning, oh, the Indiana Fever are doing this. Oh, Kelsey Mitchell and the Indiana Fever. Oh, Aaliyah Boston and Kelsey Mitchell and those girls are doing. Oh, you had such the hardest time mentioning Caitlin Clark's name. Why? I don't get it. I really don't.
Did you know Sheryl Swoopes has faced professional setbacks even before the recent broadcasting controversy? While her Hall of Fame career rightfully earned her a place among the WNBA's pioneers, her post-playing journey has been marked by a series of concerning incidents that have raised questions over the years.
Loyola University basketball coach Sheryl Swoopes, she's under investigation accused of mistreating players. College coach is not only under fire, but under investigation after reports that the majority of her roster has decided.
The warning signs were hard to overlook during Sheryl Swoopes' tenure at Loyola University Chicago. In July 2016, she was dismissed as head coach following a mass departure of players. 10 out of 12 returning athletes left the program in a single season. That level of turnover wasn't just unusual, it signaled a serious breakdown within the team and raised red flags for any future employers.
She mistreated players.
It was the environment she created. I was belittled, humiliated, made to feel extremely small.
Head coach since 2013. Last year, 5 of her players reportedly transferred to different programs. And this year, a reported 10 of the team's 12 players aren't planning on coming.
Former Loyola player Kate S. didn't mince words when reflecting on Sheryl Swoopes' coaching approach, stating, "Just because you're a great player doesn't mean you're a great coach." She described an environment filled with unnecessary drama, suggesting it seemed to follow Swoopes wherever she went. Other players echoed similar concerns, describing an emotionally volatile atmosphere, where Swoopes would sometimes cry during games and practices, make threats regarding scholarships, and inappropriately share personal information. Her case highlights a clear example of how excellence on the court doesn't always translate to effective leadership from the sidelines.
Former Loyola basketball player Kate Sohn says Swoopes caused the players to live in fear, that she routinely threatened that they would lose their scholarships or she would cut them from the team.
It made it hard to play. It wasn't about working hard and having fun anymore. It was about surviving.
The incident involving Lauren Hibert remains one of the more troubling chapters in Sheryl Swoopes' coaching career. Hibert alleged that Swoopes pressured her into signing a medical hardship form, effectively ending her athletic career, with the promise that she could remain involved as a team manager. However, when Hibert later discovered she wouldn't even be traveling with the team, she felt completely betrayed. This alleged manipulation led to formal complaints and ultimately contributed to Swoopes' dismissal from Loyola. Fast forward to 2024, and similar patterns of dismissive behavior re-emerged, this time directed at Caitlin Clark. During a controversial February appearance on Gil's Arena, Swoopes made several inaccurate statements. She incorrectly claimed Clark was in her 5th college season, when in fact it was her 4th. She also asserted that Clark averaged 40 shots per game, an exaggerated claim considering her actual average was 22.7. These weren't just casual errors. They appeared to be part of an ongoing effort to minimize Clark's achievements.
Clark right now probably takes about 40 shots a game.
Carry on.
No, you like that.
Yeah.
I said that because when she comes to the league, regardless of what team she goes to that has vets on that team, she probably ain't gonna get 40 shots.
Stood out even more than the inaccuracies was Sheryl Swoopes' dismissive tone when speaking about Caitlin Clark's historic accomplishments. When asked about Clark breaking records, Swoopes remarked, "So, is it truly a broken record? I don't know. I don't think so." Her skepticism didn't stop there. When discussing Clark's transition to the WNBA, Swoopes stated bluntly, "Will Caitlin Clark come into the WNBA and do what she's doing right now immediately? Absolutely not. Not going to happen." The tone carried an unmistakable sense of disdain, revealing a clear reluctance to acknowledge Clark's impact.
About Caitlin, if you're going to break a record, to me, if it's legitimate, you have to break that record in the same amount of time that that player set it.
Okay.
Right? So if Kelsey Plum set that record in 4 years, well, Caitlin should have broke that record in 4 years. But because there's a COVID year, then there's another year, you know what I mean? So she's already had an extra year to break that record. So is it truly a broken record?
These weren't isolated incidents. They formed part of a year-long pattern that ultimately revealed more about Sheryl Swoopes than about Caitlin Clark. The signs are consistent. When others succeed or challenge her authority, Swoopes often responds with defensiveness and hostility rather than support. From college players transferring en masse to a new star rewriting the record books, she has repeatedly struggled to uplift others without appearing threatened. This toxic pattern eventually caught up with her at the Dallas Wings, where her commentary grew too divisive, even for a league known to stand by its legends. The parallels between her dismissal from Loyola and her removal from WNBA broadcasting suggest a deeper issue, a resistance to self-reflection and growth in the face of criticism. So, what exactly happened with the Dallas Wings last year?
And obviously you guys remember last year when Dallas had to pretty much say, hey, you can't broadcast Indiana Fever game after the little comments and things you had the game before. Or something like that. Yeah, I believe it was that. And Nancy Lieberman was the one who pretty much confronted Sheryl Swoopes about the whole situation and let her know, like, hey, we got to keep it this, we got to keep it that. Keep it about basketball.